right. So welcome. It's Tuesday Tarot. I'm going to share with a couple more people so that Azriel and Bren know that I am here. So today is Tuesday Tarot. All right. So Tuesday Tarot are one card readings. However, we are doing a high overview of each of the tarot cards in the major arcana and the minor arcana. So it's going to be over 78 weeks. And we are on the Lover's card, which is the 6th card in the major arcana. So we're going to go over that and have some fun with it. So, all right, I'm going to give it just a minute before I get started because I see people popping in and leaving, and I want to make sure people are here. I do also want to point out people are here. I do also want to point out that this is a safe spiritual place. So Tuesdays, there is not open spiritual panel. Be thinking of questions if you would like a card reading, because we will do card readings. But the spiritual safe place, we do ask that you share and no judgment. It's really important for us to not judge others. So, and of course I put them almost out of reach. So, all right, I got all my cards ready to go, and I will jump in and start with the Lover's card here in just a minute. I'm just giving Bren a minute. I know sometimes he's a little bit late because it is hard. And actually, part of today I was like, oh, it's Tuesday Tarot, and then I kind of forgot. I started like cutting up quilt. It's Tuesday Tarot, and then I kind of forgot. I started like cutting up quilt squares, and I was like, oh, wait, I gotta stop. So, all right. Okay, I'm going to get started. So, we're talking about the Lover's card. And I'm going to start with showing two cards. So I'm going to do one card and a second card, then I'm going to kind of talk about the cards. And I'll show the rest of the cards, and then when Bryn gets here, he'll jump on. And then we'll do our one card reading. So if you are here for a reading, please just be patient. And actually, I'll do a reading before Bryn gets here too. So, all right, so the Lover's card. So I'm going to show the box of this one. I spread them all out where I can't reach them. So this is the Visconti Tarot. Oops, helps to not cover the name. This is a reproduction. So this is literally what the Visconti cards look like. A lot of them were still intact and are in a museum. And when tarot first started, they were literally all hand drawn. So this is a reproduction of one of the oldest decks out there. Okay, so I do kind of have to cover a part of this card. So, so this is the Lover's card from the Visconti deck. So we can see we've got two people down there. We've got a cherub on an altar. And keep in mind, during this time period, cherubs were the same thing as the god Eros or Cupid. So that's where that kind of came from. But this is clearly a Cupid or, a Cupid. So that's the Visconti deck. So we go ahead, so we jump ahead to 1906 now. So we're about 300 years in the future from the Visconti deck. And we get to the Rider-Waite deck. And I do have the box to the Rider-Waite deck. So the Rider-Waite deck was was authored by Edward Arthur Waite, and the pictures are actually done by Pamela Coleman Smith. And they were both members of the Golden Dawn. So those of you that aren't aware of that, there we go. I like to kind of throw out some facts. But here is the, I've got to kind of I almost need something long. Will this work? No, it won't. It's kind of hard. Okay, so there we go. So it really depicts Adam and Eve. You can see there's the levers. Sorry, I'm not really good at... Oh, there we go. There we go. Ah, not quite. There we go. All right. So that's the Lover's card from the Rider-Waite deck. Now we have an angel up here. We've got like the bright sun. You can see that the angel has fire around them. And the male figure has this tree of fire, and he actually has a tail that's on fire also. And then the Eve, we've got the serpent. Sorry, I'm trying, oh, there we go. Okay, we've got the serpent, but we've got the tree of fruit, the fruit of life. So what's really neat about the Rider-Waite deck is that the Rider-Waite deck has a lot of Christianity and Judaism in it. It also has a lot of Egyptian religious symbols. So there's a lot going on in the Rider-Waite deck. So there's a lot of really important symbolism when we are looking at that deck. And I remembered I forgot to grab a deck. And I cannot see where I put it. Sorry. Okay, we'll just not worry about that deck today. So I was one deck short that I usually show. So the high overview of the lover deck short that I usually show. So the high overview of the lovers. Oh, and here's Bren. Did I get you, Bren? Here we go. Yay. Yay, yay, yay.
Boy, today's card is going to be quite unexpected because a lot of the decks I have are going to be like, wait a minute, I've never seen the lovers like that before.
And like trying to like block some of the cards.
Yeah.
To say the least, but it's all good. I was like, how do I block this? so it will be our challenge to block them. So even though like some of them are not very detailed, but they're detailed.
It's like, well, that's definitely what I see right there.
Yes, exactly.
Because they're in one deck that I have, there, of course, you see like just two figures and then the angel. One deck I have has four depict like four individuals on the card. Four of them. Makes you think, what's going on over here?
So I just barely started. So I know like sometimes I'm a little faster than you are when we get here. So I was going to jump into the lovers real quick, that they do represent Gemini. So if you are a Gemini, this is your tarot card. It also represents the heart chakra. Imagine that, the lovers in the heart chakra. And it is also the air sign. So when we are looking at the lovers card, you're going to see a lot of different symbolism today, because I know like the cards I grabbed, there's tons of different symbolism. Bren's going to show you a lot of different symbolism. I know the first two cards I showed you, I had to like block out so much of it because of the figures, but I have some that I won't have to block out because of the figures. So when we're dealing with the lovers card, it does not necessarily mean romantic love. It is love. So it could be love from a parent to a child, a grandchild to a grandparent, friends that love each other. Like love is represented everywhere. So it's not necessarily strictly a... Yeah. Thank you, Ben. Yes. But it's also a card of passion and romance. It can be a card of temptation and lust. But it's that relationships that we build. Those relationships when we love somebody, like we might have a really good friend that we consider a brother or a sister. It's the connection. The most important thing, I think, is connection. Any other words you're thinking of, Bren, that's...
Yes, I have quite a few. So when we think of the Lover's card, we can also think of this. We can have mediation, being a mediator, because you have the angel at the top. Yeah, like, okay, you two, what's going on here? Because being the mediator, that's also Venus. That's tied to relationships and connection. And Venus is a planet that's all about mediation. Like, okay, what's going on here, you two? What's the big deal? Well, he's wanting me to do this, and he's not even letting me have any opinion. Well, she's not even giving me a chance to speak. Hey, you two, calm down. But that's the Lover's card, because it's that mediation between the two. And also in the Lover's card with the Rider-Waite-Smith, if you also notice something with how it's generally depicted, the only figure that is acknowledging the angelic figure is the woman. She's the only one acknowledging it. Oh, the man is looking right at her the whole time.
Yeah, I'm going to just, like...
Yep.
There we go.
And
sorry,
you see,
at the bottom of the card we do have to hide. So.
Yeah, and with her, with the woman being the only one that's acknowledging the angelic figure, that shows that woman is more aware of forces beyond the mundane, the physical. And she's connected to that. And at the same time, another way that I like to look at the Lover's card is that whenever I draw it, I see that card as a specific indication of Lilith being a part of it. But how, though? Well, if you've noticed how the woman figure is looking up at the angelic figure and the way her hand's postured, like, really? Really? You want me to submit to this? Really? Really? Yeah, look, I mean, if you see her, like, if you can see her hand, like, she has one hand down, but there's another hand, like, going, like, barely being lifted up, like, really? Really, dude? And she's just, like, in disbelief. And then the Adam figure is looking right at her, locked on. And behind her, you see this fruit, like this tree full of fruit, and the snakes on it. And that snake is also the body of the North and the South Node coming together into one, and the woman's being influenced by that. But then on the other side, you see the male figure, and it's completely being torched in fire with the tree. That's a masculine element, fire. Oh, lovely. But yes.
Yes, and the serpent can also represent the goddess Lilith, too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's important to point out also. So, yes, we do get to have a lot of fun with that. I think I lost I hope I didn't lose my full card in that deck. So I'm going to show a couple cards, and then Bren will show some of his. So some of mine are like, they're really different. You can tell sometimes, well, for example, this one. The angel's definitely reaching out to them. She is an angel. And when we look, the couple is completely in almost like ready to start kissing. So they're almost in an embrace. We have back there, there's lots of different flowers.
Yep. And it's this like blessing. She's like blessing the couple.
Yes. And this is from the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Gungan. So with this, yes, I definitely would say that she's definitely blessing the couple. This one, if I pulled this, I would find this more as a romantic love, or even a lust. Like if somebody's like, does this guy like me? And I would just see what cards are on either side of it to make the proper interpretation for this card. But yes, this one is definitely in an embrace. So the next deck, and I love this deck. This is my Tarot of the Sacred Kingdoms. So this one's not as romantic, but it can be. And ironically, when I first saw this, Bren, I thought of a father like guiding a daughter.
Yeah, I get that. It's like she's going before her wedding, and now he's giving her like this final moment with her, and like telling her about what to expect on her life ahead before she gets I don't like to say given away, before she gets married to her beloved. Her father is giving her like the one last like father to daughter guidance or what have you to her one last final time.
And what's really neat is the fire that's here in the middle. It's not a heart, but it almost looks like it's making the shape of a heart. Like the energy from their hearts are creating this really amazing fire. So this one's so different because when I really first saw it, the first thing I thought of was a father guiding a daughter.
Yeah.
Good as it is, but you can also see it as a romantic love or as a friend guiding another friend.
Or even because the way that it looked like it too, in a way, the father, like the male figure, the one that was taller, looked like he was somebody who's passed on, like passed away, because you can't really see much of his face, and it kind of looks like a skeletal. So in a way, it kind of looks like the love that's beyond the living. A love that's so strong that it can't, that beyond, one passing away, the love is so strong that it's still there. Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good one. Ooh, that was a really good one. All right, the next card I've got to definitely mute this one. So unfortunately, most of the card we won't be able to see. So this is from the Druid Tarot deck, the Druid Craft Tarot deck. So unfortunately, they are in. There we go. Okay, I lowered it a little bit. They're in a very romantic embrace. We've also got the deer in the background, the stag in the background, which to me represents the horned god, the god of the forest. And then you've got all the flowers around. So the green man is also in here. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can. There we go. Okay. So down here we've got the green man is there. And you can kind of see there's flowers and moss all over. So we also have Mother Gaia in this picture too. I really feel like it's more like Brigitte's in this picture. Like Brigitte's in there with the green man and also the influence of the horn.
I mean, I can also see Gaia and the green man together in that image because it's like, well, you have Earth Mother Gaia, then you have the green man who's like her enforcer.
Yeah.
So, ooh.
Yeah. I wish I could show the whole card, but unfortunately, this one would probably get the channel turned off. So it is a beautiful, beautiful deck, and I know I've had to mute quite a few, but it is the Druid Craft Tarot deck, and it is a very, very beautiful deck. I don't use it when we're doing the one card readings on here because of the fact that so many of the cards have to be covered.
Yep, it's like, oh, that card has Magumbos on it. Oh, great.
And it's like, they're drawings and they're not, but it's all good. All right, so the next one I'm going to show is the Shadowscapes Tarot. So this is one of my favorite decks. You guys see me read with it quite frequently. So here we go. Here's the Shadowscapes Tarot. We have a man and a woman in a beautiful embrace. We've got the universe literally like blessing them. We've got the moon down here, but we've got the sun, and you can see it's not just the sun, it's all the cosmos, it's all the zodiac signs blessing them. And we've got the wings. I love that the birds have ribbon that they're carrying to these lovers. And just as you see the bottom has calla lilies. So the big whites are bunches of calla lilies. So this is I love this deck. This card can represent so much, especially with all the symbolism within it. So that one's a really fun card. I love how the universe is literally in there because when we are connecting with people that we love, the universe usually has a little bit of play in there. So we do want to have that play in our tarot decks. So the last deck I'm sharing today, of course, it's the furthest away, my Nightfall Tarot.
Oh, that's the one that's all like all pitch off black one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best.
I mean, like my contrast, all black and
Oh,
then pretty.
sweet. Oh, hello.
Yeah. It's like, there are days I'm like totally sweet as can be, and there are days it's like, yep, all black. I was putting our clothes away, and I know I had a lot of black clothes, but I was like, oh, my husband and I like almost everything is black. That's what it is. So, here's this lover's card, and this is really neat because it's more of like temptation, not really an angel. So this is a really far breakaway from the ancient Italian and French decks and the Rider-Waite deck. And you can see there's like versus like the temptations in the tree in the Rider-Waite. The temptation is actually being given by a deity. I feel like this is like one of our horned gods up there, like saying, all right, come on, what do you want? And the lovers are actually holding hands in water. And I think it's really cool because we've got the water element and we've got that air element, and this is a card for the Gemini. So we have kind of that showing that mix, like is like we have the air element.
I'm looking at that and it's just making me think. Are we aware of what we just got ourselves into? Yeah. Okay, meh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, I mean, my grandmother, one of my grandmothers and grandfathers, they were both Geminis, and they were some of the most emotional, secure people I've ever met. But they were very firm with how they communicated with people. And I see that, because that's like a lot of Geminis are like that. Not all of them, because I've met some Geminis that it's more their mood is cantankerous versus not cantankerous. But yeah, that card's really fascinating. So Bren, ooh, I can't wait to see what you brought.
So the first one I have is from the Heaven or Hell Tarot. Heaven and Earth. I call it Heaven or Hell because it sounds better. And here, we actually don't have to worry about covering up anything because nothing's revealed, but here's how the lovers are depicted in this deck. Ooh. So they're in unison, and both of these figures, they have the sun behind them, which is a symbol of enlightenment. But one minor twist. You see the blade right there, pointing right at Adam's head. Oh boy, uh-oh. You know what that means? Oh, looks like Raphael is like, okay, child, don't mess this up, otherwise this will go right through your skull.
Right.
So
and that card reminds me more of Eve, or of Lilith with Adam versus Eve.
Yep. Because in a way, when I'm looking at it, it's kind of like she is like, put me down.
Yeah.
Like the way like her arms up there, she's just like, put me down, you vile man. So this lover, looking at it now that way, it's like she's trying to push herself away, and then divinity is coming up behind Adam like, you done messed up.
Yes.
Yeah, and this, now that makes me even look at this card a bit differently now, because this is like, and in a way, he is not really even holding her at all.
No.
So it's kind of, that does kind of have that vibe with it. But wow.
Yeah, it really does. Because when you look at Rider-Waite, it's definitely Adam and Eve, like 100% Adam and Eve. But that card, no, I'm getting a little vibes with that card.
This one is from the Ghost Tarot. I know, very simplistic name.
Oh, that's a fun deck.
I love this one of the. I love this lovers punny decision. Yeah, about making a major decision. Yep, that is right. This one, of course, we have Hanky and Panky being all ooh, lovey woozy woo.
Yeah, so we have a comment. I don't know if I think it's for the last card because it says that could be really illustrated by the sword signifying the weight of choice. Yeah, yes. Especially like if you get that last card if you're like having a hard time deciding between two people. Mm-hmm. In a romantic relationship.
That
does happen.
Now this one is from.
And welcome, Spirit Star. We're so glad you made this one.
Yeah, this one's from Ludi the Scot, and now this one might make you go, what house is loving? I eat Chihuahua. Like, get your bloody teeth off me neck. Then here comes my little pony to the rescue. But now with this one, you can kind of see like how this lovers is showing a side of it that's a bit violating and a little bit out of line, and somebody's about to get clobbered in the back of the head by a pony gone mad. So this can kind of be an indication, like if I'm using this deck to read, this can be hinting at somebody being in a situation where there's somebody being violated, overstepped, or being fed on, which is not in a good way. So yes, that was a dark one. Now this one is from my Seduction of Shadows tarot, and it's called Consolation, and this is how I depicted it.
Yeah, I love that card. I need to get that deck, so that's next on my
list. As we can see, we have the woman figure sitting above on her chair, just like, oh, hello down there, what do you want? Can you please help me get up there? Well, maybe you should find your way up here. I mean, I'll be here, yeah, but you're going to have to work for it. It's like, in order for there to be that mutual connection of Gemini, that they have to be on the same level. Down here, he ain't on the same level as her. So she's not even budging. Because Gemini is about having that equal finger touch to finger touch mutual agreement. And that's what that's about. Next one is from Tarot de la Lutte. And yes, it is French. And here's how it's depicted. Now this depiction of it's kind of like, oh, hello, Hades. Oh, what are you doing down here in the underworld, Persephone? You took me, that's why. That's how I'm here. Oh, imagine that. So this one could be a little bit like being caught off guard with somebody that you know probably may not be the best idea for that. Maybe somebody who's like a stereotypical bad boy kind of a vibe. And maybe, yeah, that one's kind of like more out of the blue. Let's see what's another. Which one? Oh, here we go. The next one is from Gustave Doré, the Gustave Doré Tarot, which is a famous painter. And here's how it's depicted in this deck. We have the Adam and Eve figure, and then we have an angel being all like guru figure over here. Yes, and you notice the two are just looking at him like, when is he gonna shut up? Why does he have to keep talking? And that is why marriage is sacred. Is he gonna stop? So make sure you stay devoted, loved, and nothing more. God, why do we have to be stuck with him? So this one can kind of show a couple having their marriage being constantly impeded on and being forced or like trying to be pushed to meet a certain standard that's not both of their own. So this can be like an uninvited nitpicking. I mean, heck, if I saw this lovers, I would say, by any chance, do you have in-laws, both of you, that are just like trying so hard to get between your marriage?
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking the horrible, because I had my ex-husband, his mother was the bad mother-in-law.
You do not deserve her hand. What? God, why? You don't deserve her either. My good Lord.
Yes.
But it's like, you can kind of see like how vast all of this can go. I think, this one is from the Universal Celtic Tarot. Now this one's different. Oh, I wasn't seeing her. I wasn't seeing that elf. Oh, really? Really now? Now why should I even think about taking you back, Colin? Well, I wasn't meaning anything about her. Yeah, he was trying to make moves on me. Oh, it would be a shame if that just ended up in somebody's neck. So this one is, somebody got busted going behind the back of being a two-timer. Busted! And now he has to make the choice, which one does he take? The one in white but now she doesn't trust him because she now has a blade, or does he go after the elf that he tried to be woozy-wooed with?
Yeah, and if somebody asked me if their spouse was cheating and I got that particular card, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's a big yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, when we take a look at this one is from the. You'd be thinking like, oh, from this deck, it would have to be suggestive, but no, it's not. This is from the erotic fantasy tarot, and here's how it's depicted.
Ooh, that's actually cool with the dragons.
Yep, and you notice Maiden, Mother, and Crone.
Yeah, that is Maiden, Mother, and Crone.
Now that even makes you really think with this deck. It makes you think. So, the one that unifies the Maiden and the Mother is the Crone in the middle. It's because of the Crone that the Maiden and the Mother are able to have the guidance they need to elevate and go to the next level. Because the Crone don't need nobody's help. She already's been there. She's done this so many times. She's like, oh yeah, I know exactly how this is done. Okay, you two, listen. And the dragon figure in the background, well, now this I believe you can say, it can even also be either Scylla or a Hydra.
Yeah, actually, as you hold that up, but it also almost looks like, does their body have claws? Or is it, okay, because it almost looked like it was coming from a tree.
It's coming from behind the Crone figure. It's like it's flying mid-flight over them. So, but it's like each of each of the triple aspect has like their own thing attached to them. So on the Maiden side, you have the apples and the tree, the snake, and all that. Then on the Mother side, you have the fire, the tree that's on fire. And then behind the Crone, that's when you have the Hydra figure, or the Scylla figure. So, It kind of even also shows that in order for this, it even also has the vibe of like, see no evil, hear no evil, see, hear, speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see now. Which one haven't I done yet? Okay, I have it done. We'll go with one of my favorite ones next. This is from another word for happy tarot. And here's how it's depicted. This one's one of my absolute favorites.
Oh, that is very Gemini, because we have all these opposites. That is actually a very beautiful one, though.
Yep, and this one is the absolute perfect balance of connection. For me, this is the absolute perfect. Don't get any more perfect than that. One completes other equally.
Yes. That's a great card. Yes, you never know. We have so many, between the two of us, we probably even have, I know we have some duplicate decks, but.
Yeah, probably between us we would have at least about, I would have to say minimum 70 decks altogether. Okay, here's the next one. This one is from the Path of Horror. Hello, Randy. Path of Horror, and this is how it's depicted in this one. Well, it's a reckless hellscape over there.
Ooh.
But now when you look at it, you have a blind angelic figure in the background just saying, oh, this is so grand and lovely. But you don't even see what's going on. I know, it must be great. Well, okay, we're getting there.
Angelic figure, it almost looks like she has a heart that's glowing, too.
Yep,
like
right there. Yep. And here comes the plot twist. You have the devil figure getting her, and here comes the plot twist. Oh, is that a snake? Oh, the snake's going after the devil figure. There's a snake in his tush. Yep. So now this lovers is kind of even also showing how, despite the angelic figure in the background can't see what's going on, she's being blinded by her fate, like just how the beautiful of unionship is, that she's not aware of what's really going on. The woman figure down here is being violated by the devil figure. Then come to find out, here comes the snake coming out of left field to get the devil figure and taking a chomp out of them to stop it. So this one kind of shows that when you have like a connection to somebody being violated, those that are supposed to be representing the higher power and turning a blind eye, well, this takes some vigilante snake bite to the tush to make this.
That's why we have got Lilith around.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
She is a protector.
Yep. And this snake, I mean, good lord, it's literally like no more than like, I mean, just look how close it is about to bite that way, bite that arm of the. It's like, whoo. Well. So now, see, I got 2 left. I'll probably save the best one for last. And by best one, meaning it's the one that's going to make people go, what? Okay. This one is from Rowan Ravenwolf.
Like one of my decks. Oh, yep, I have that deck.
This one is from Rowan Lux. And here's what we got here. This is the Lover's card in this deck. Aw, it must be so sweet. Oh, lovely. Ah! Photobomb. This Lover's card for me, it says this. It's a love that is so pure and just blissful that not only do these two can acknowledge it, but animals around them can also acknowledge it. It's a love that it makes nature just come in and join in. It's that potent. It moves both human and animal alike. And last but not least, you're probably thinking, okay, but where's the one with more than 2 people in it? Well, here you go. This is from the Dark Angels Tarot. That one. And here it is. What the heck's going on? What the heck's going on here? Why is there Larry Curly Moe and Shemp in this picture? Wait a minute. What is this? Why is there 4? Wait a minute.
You know what's kind of nice, because there's so many different relationships out there. It really makes me think of a lot of people who are in polyamorous relationships.
Yes.
That there are decks, and the thing is that if you are in a polyamorous relationship and you happen to go to Bren or I and we happen to have a deck like this, we'll know when we're supposed to pull it and read it for you.
Yep. Voila. You see? This can also show a couple that is so, actually 2 couples or 4 people that are so comfortable with themselves that they can just be themselves and just be able to mingle with each other. Yeah. So there was that one that was kind of unexpected. And I believe, yep, that's all. That's all my lovers.
I know, if we went through all of our decks, we would be here all night.
Yep, it would have been like, it's been 84.
There is a reason. We literally pick a few things for a reason so that you aren't here all night looking at tarot. I will be on my YouTube. I will start at some point doing unboxing where I show different tarot decks, because I know that, a lot of times we want to know what the cards look like so that you can purchase them, or even if you just want to know. So, all right, the Lover's card. So, it is really fun in readings. And I will tell you, it never does wrong whether I get it in a reading for myself or for my client, for somebody that I'm reading for. Again, it represents air and Gemini. And if you joined late, I do post these videos on my YouTube channel and on my Patreon. If you go to my bio, there is a bio link there that will take you to both. And Bren, please also make sure you follow Bren. And the one deck that was about the third from the last, that is like a stunning deck, he's got a couple Wait, how many Oracle decks do you have?
One. I have 1 Oracle and 1 Tarot, and they're both called Seduction and Shadows.
Yeah, and they're
the bio, but yeah.
And you know what? I do have to do a shout out first. Okay, so we are finishing the Spiral Dance. We have 4 chapters left of the Spiral Dance by Starhawk, so we're doing chapter 10 on Sunday. And then we are going to Bren's book on Nick. It will only be 2 weeks. to read. So Ren will kind of really be leading that one since he wrote the book. But if you want to join Witchy Book Club and read this book, you definitely please make sure you go to Bren's bio, and he has his link tree in there. It is so easy to get. It does take 5 days because the publisher prints it to order. So I really wanted to stress that because we're 4 weeks away from starting that book. So I'm going to try to stress it as much as I can right now because I don't want anybody to miss out because it's definitely a must-have book. And I'm just to tease people because, like, I'm just going to find a page. I mean, it's just stunning, stunning, stunning.
Voila.
Yes, there's the cover up close.
And there's also this one. That's also I just released. Boop.
Yes. Bren has a lot of really great books, so definitely check out all of his books.
And before somebody say, "What? You wrote about her?" Yeah, why not? Why can't she get some loving?
Yeah.
And then there's also this one. And that's also, yes, that is a picture of moi, half of my face, and then the other half is supposed to be. And trigger warning for that book, that book does have instances where it gets pretty graphic. And then the first one, scoot a little bit to the left. That's the first one. And that is actually a great friend of mine, Crystal, who the one on the cover. And funny enough, this picture was taken when she was actually doing a ritual to Lilith. And I didn't even know she was doing a ritual for that. She told me right after, when she sent me some images, that, okay, I'm going to use this image. And she said, oh, that's funny because I was doing a ritual to her that day with that image. I'm like, oh, planned.
Yep. Nope. The cosmos always, there's always divineness in everything that we do.
Yep, and I think I have one more image somewhere, I hope, because I know I saved it. Let's see here. Maybe, let me take a look. Hopefully I didn't. Hopefully I won't hit the self-destruct kaboomy. Okay. Let's scroll it up. Lord, land. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Yes.
And this is my astrology book about Black Moon Lilith, and this does include both Western and Vedic systems. It's 105 pages long, and it goes into detail of both systems, and it's at every level of astrology you know. It's perfect for beginners, good for intermediate, and good for advanced. And it comes in 2 forms, paperback or hardback. Take your pick. Hardback's a little more expensive, but yep, you can throw that at someone if they need to get hit upside the head with something.
So yes, make sure you're following Bren. If you're not, make sure to click and follow him. But with that said, I do want to just Tuesdays Tarot. We start at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday is Spiritual Panel, and we start at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Sunday is Witchy Book Club. We start at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that said, with Tuesday Tarot, we start out with a card. So next week we're going to do the Chariot.
Hong Kong Phooey. Here we go.
And then we go into 1-card reading. So those of you here, I do want to thank everybody for the hearts. Thank you so much for all of the hearts. And thank you so much for the gifts. Always appreciated, never expected. And please feel free, if you would like a reading. We have tarot decks. We have oracle card decks. You can type general or you can type a question. We do take a minute to fill the energy we get from you. And we do make sure that we pick a deck that goes with your energy, and we pull those cards. So, and we will stay on doing readings as long as we have people asking.
Well, I'm thinking about it too. If you're going to be using the Gemini card in any part of your magical workings, now, again, depending on how the card's depicted, usually with the Lover's card, you can use it for having, let's say if you're trying to have a situation where you're having somebody be like a mediator for you in between somebody else, you can use that card to bring in that mediator. Or if you want to be more technical, like and there's some versions of the Lover's card that has the figure on one side and the figure on the other, and there's this gap in the middle. You can also use the Lover's card to figure out a way to help bridge that gap to bring you two together. There's also that one too.
I can't believe we forgot that. We're usually really good about that.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're using any tarot card, take the card, the deck that you like, and just photocopy the picture. Don't use your yeah, it's completely fine. I've photocopied so many different cards for different spell workings that I've done. So it makes it nice and easy to be able to like actually use the card in a spell, because we can use those in spells. And I'm trying to think. There was a really great book. It's like Tarot in Magic or Tarot in Spells, and I can't remember who it's by. And mine's in my warehouse now, right now. You know which one I'm talking about. I can tell, Brens. Yeah,
Yep,
it's
I know.
it's a great
I can't remember exactly which one it is, and I can't even remember it off the top of my head for nothing. That's driving me nuts, but cool.
Yes. So feel free if anybody would like a reading. We are here as long as you're asking questions. We'll be here doing readings and pulls. So
Now's the time. Now or never.
yep. You can always schedule private readings. I don't drink enough water today. Sorry, everybody. You can always schedule a private reading with either of us. Mine's on my website. I also think there's my bio link. I also do, at the last Friday of every month, I do Triple Goddess Psychic Friday. Maybe one day I'll have Brent start joining too. And so you get like a 1-card reading. Sometimes you can get up to a 4-card reading with a donation. And that is just not live. It's on Zoom. So, but we do readings, so please feel free. You can type a question or you can type general. And no pressure at all.
Yeah, no pressure at all. Just if you don't speak now, you won't get
You don't get a reading
or
this
whatever.
week. I know, I'm going to grab some Lenormand for Lenormand deck. Because I forgot to grab, I always try to grab a Lenormand deck, and I forgot to grab a Lenormand deck. I literally got all my cards ready today before. Usually Karen and I are like, we both did it. We had our cards ready.
Last week we're like, oh crap, the Hiku font, that's right.
We're like, one day, and I remember saying last week, one day we will have our cards ready ahead of time.
And lo and behold, look what happened.
Yes, we both did it for this week, so we're going to keep this going. The hard part is some of my decks. Oh, okay. Spirit Star, if you would like, if you want to type a question or type general. If you just want a general reading, we'll do a general for you.
Yep, just say the focus, whichever one you like it to be.
Yep. We can do love, we can do job, we can do whatever you need right now. Whatever your desire is. General is fine. Okay.
General is
I'm
fine.
actually And actually, your card fell right out. This is very interesting, too. So I pulled an oracle deck. That's what was calling to me. I'm going to show you the card. This one is the 528 Hertz Mandala of the Heart. And so I say this is interesting. We were talking about the Lover card, and we got this. So, but with this, if you really look, you can tell that she's got some heartache and some heart pain. And what I'm getting is that you have got some heartache that you haven't yet gotten over. So this is giving you the guidance that to help you get over it, you're going to want to work out the situation. So write it down. like writing is so healing. Write down everything, every detail, even if you remember smells or words that were said. Write it down. If you want to keep it or burn it, sometimes burning it helps us let it go. And then when you're ready to start letting it go, again, like, if you burn it, you can let it go. But really the guidance is saying you need to listen to 528 hertz. And I recommend doing it during either meditation or as you're sleeping. One of my personal favorites, I cannot remember the people who do the Tibetan and singing bowls, but theirs is really great. But I love meditative minds. You can get like 6 to 10 hours of one specific frequency. And so this is the 528 hertz that's for your heart chakra, but that's also a Cephalgio frequency, and it actually does so much for healing. And I can tell that like it's ready, like the healing is saying, wow. Wow.
And now this is also why the Ghost Tarot is one of my favorites, because it is so strong in its imagery that it's hard to not feel the impact.
Yeah.
Because this one is showing a heartbreak towards something that is so strong that it holds on while being separated, but when the time finally comes, when the being reunited happens, it's instant. Like there on the other side.
Yeah.
You notice the male figure is the one that's now with the female ghost figure. It's really, really intense. But now it's balanced because now both of them are on the same side. But now the body of the male figure, now the spirit's passed away, now it's going up to see his beloved again. Mm-hmm. You also notice full moon.
And we just literally had a full moon too.
Yep. So now another way to even look at that card is now that essentially it may seem like something really deep and dear to your heart has passed on in a way and you stay devoted to it, allowing that to pass away, and now that it's in a different state of awareness, being able to finally allow it to go and rest allows, well, again, this is going to sound crazy, but the minute that you allow the physical part of it to go and allow it to go into spirit and then just go off on its own again, you'll be surprised because the spirit will come back with that same individual that was lost in a new way. And the spirit of the male figure is going to go back into this figure that's already, passed away. So essentially it's going to go out, and since you've let go of what you've already had, it'll bring it back together again. So in a way, it's kind of like, best put it, think of it kind of like how you have like the waves of the ocean, that it comes like this. Here comes the desire. Okay, I got the desire. Now it's got to go back. But the minute you're like, no, get back here, it's still going to find its way to go. So instead of it, it's just like, okay, I got it. Oh, okay, let it go. Oh, here it goes again. Okay, let it go. Just flow with it. Easier said than done, yes, but. No.
So Star Spirit says that she's been working with, I should say Spirit Star, sorry. Spirit Star's been working with red to clear dark energies from my twin flame's wife. That actually makes a lot of sense when you look at that card and we look at this card that we got. That makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. It's that energy. Sometimes, like when we do a lot of work for other people, sometimes that energy can either drag us down or try to come to us. I have a friend who does a lot of house clearings, and sometimes they stand onto her when she clears the house.
Fred is a friend. Okay.
Oh, okay. That is a friend. Okay.
Hmm.
That balance.
Hmm.
Yeah. Very interesting. Let's see.
I just pulled one more card. Yeah, well, there's the Nine of Blades. Nine of Swords. So there's something. Well, I mean, look what's you just said it, and there's the Nine of Swords. Carried a lot of extras. Nine of Swords. Well, I mean, look at that. The ghosts and the blades, and then you have the figure there. Oh,
Well, I just, from the Lenormand, I pulled a Lenormand card for you, and I got the bouquet. And this is actually a darker Lenormand set because this is surrounding more like darkness. So this is literally, the bouquet is saying it's time to let it go and move on. That's literally what this is saying with this situation. So it makes sense. So we've got your healing card. We've got your letting it go card. We've got that connection. How intense. Yep, these cards never... This is why it's like Bren and I like work really well together, because we do get these great readings.
And funny enough, I think. Yep, and in this the picture there is no bouquet.
Oh, yeah, isn't that interesting? So there's the bouquet.
No bouquet in it.
Yeah. Wow. See, I knew I was supposed to grab this Lenormand deck. I don't even remember what this deck is called. It's like something like... Oh, it's the Lunatic Lenormand. That's the... Yeah, it's a really cool Lenormand deck. It's mini. I like the minis because I can just put them in my purse.
Yeah, better than having like that one deck I have called the Diablo Tarot, which is bigger than both my hands put together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My first. It's not in this room. It's in the other room. I have it in my. Oh no, the El Goliath Tarot deck. I bought the first edition, and the cards were way bigger than my hands. I have the second edition. He made the cards a little lower, but now he's got a third edition coming out, and he's added some new cards. And I'm like, wow. Oh, and here's Azrael.
Oh, Azrael.
Because Azrael sometimes adds some fun to our readings.
Yep.
And for those just joining, it is Tuesday Tarot. We are doing readings. We're going to stay here as long as we have questions coming in. You can type general, or you can type a specific question. So we'll answer a specific question for you. We do say one card readings, but every once in a while we are supposed to pull more than one card so that we can get clarification for you.
Yep, there we go.
And again, thank you everybody for the hearts. I love when you guys can like, because Bren and I love doing readings, so that gets us up there. The more likes we have, it helps bump us up. And thank you so much to everybody who's donated tonight. Thank you everybody. So we've got a few people around. If you'd like a reading again, please just toss your question in there.
I kind of feel like I need to have another pull too for that situation with my estate claiming.
I'm supposed to pull from this deck, I can tell. Do you want general or do you have a question?
Well, just like the whole thing about me and my dad's estate.
Yeah.
Because that's very important.
It is. Oh, wow. I got the sun. Oh, gosh, look at that.
Knight of Twigs. And the what?
The sun. It's more of an eclipsed sun. Yeah, but when you look, he's holding that spear in his hand that's red and fiery. And when we're looking at this one, I mean, you can see up close is like a red sun, and then you've got the glow of the yellow and the orange around it.
I mean, wait a minute. Look at the center of that sun. Wait a minute. Look at the center of that. Then look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that like the same thing?
Almost, yeah. How intense.
Wait, no, wait, it is because I see a mask in the center of it.
Yeah, and this is the sun with a face.
There's a
It's
mask in
almost like
it.
a mask.
There's a mask in it right, I don't know if you can see it, but like right there at the bottom.
Yeah, yep. They both have it. Um, you know what? It's coming to you, but it's going to be a challenge.
A lot of heat though.
Yes, a lot of heat.
And the way I'm looking at it too from this perspective is that the way that this is depicted, it shows a figure, but down below, like below him, is starting to turn into ash.
Isn't that, and see in the bottom of this one, there's two trees.
Two trees. What are the two figures on the side of the middle, on the left and right side?
They are gargoyles. So you've got protection and roots.
Protection, roots, and well,
And then the sun.
if this figure, that kind of also even looks like it's a chair to sit on.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like, you know, the raised gravestones that have the caps on them? That's what that is.
This kind of even looks like something he would sit on anyway.
And he's sitting, yeah, well, or maybe he's rising out of it. He's rising out of it.
That sounds about right.
I knew there was a reason I was supposed to grab this deck. Like, you know, like there's always reasons for everything.
Let me pull that aside. Give me one more.
Because sometimes I grab my generic Lenormand, or I'll grab my Alice in Wonderland. I was like, no, I'm supposed to grab this deck tonight.
Just grab it and go, ah, Betty Miriam birthday too.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, when I said I didn't grab my Lenormand, I was like, that was the deck that I was planning on grabbing, and just got like sidetracked pulling all the lovers cards.
Yeah, this card was just sticking out of the deck randomly.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but it's coming your way.
Yep.
Yeah,
Speak loud and carry the big stick.
exactly. Exactly. Let your voice be heard. Do not let anybody drown your voice.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
So welcome. I know we have a few new people who've joined. It is Tuesday Tarot. We are doing one card readings. We will pull cards for clarification if needed. So we've got Tarot, Lenormand, Oracle decks, and we just go with what your question is, or the energy you're putting out and your question. You can type general if you just want a general reading, or type a question and we will pull a card for you. And we will stay live as long as we have questions coming. So, and thank you everybody for all of the hearts. We do love hearts, especially today because it was the lovers card. So.
Yep, it was the most cheesiest card in the deck.
Well, some of the decks, it was the.
It's the most in the deck.
We had a few. They were a little too passionate.
We're going in that direction, huh? Yep. Like imagine having that one deck. I think it's called what's it called?
You're thinking the one that they're almost all undressed.
What is that called? Oh, Casanova. The Casanova Tarot. There is a tarot deck.
Yes. Is that the one that they're all undressed in?
I think so. Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know somebody who had it, and the cards are really great, but I'm like, somebody who had it
no escape in that deck.
does not want this.
And I mean, there are some decks like that one that actually show, like the guidebook kind of is like, guidebook, are you kind of suggesting this be like using the tarot in a way that's a bit after dark, if you know what I mean? I mean, nothing wrong with that. It's just like, okay, babe, let's see what your position is. Oh, the devil.
Okay, so Spirit saw the mother and son with black holes for eyes and red one and removed them. Yeah, you know what, Spirit? Please make sure you listen to the 528 hertz. Yeah, it's like so good for us to help people and help people when they have that kind of situation, but we do have to make sure our protection is up. Yeah, I did like a friend of mine had me come do had me cleanse their house, and they have a lot of money, so their house is huge. Literally, I got like 8,000 steps going through their house. But I hit a point in their house and I just started crying, and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Something happened here, like a long time ago." And after I was done cleansing the house, I did some research, and a lot of Native Americans had passed in the area. But I could feel like women and children, that it made me literally cry. But yeah, the previous owner of the house didn't want to leave, and he was kind of a toxic individual. I'm like, I'm guessing the neighbors didn't like this guy.
Yep.
She asked the neighbors, and no one liked the guy who owned the house. He was a tough one to get out of. But where I was going with that story is that I had to cleanse myself when I left. They had a lot of issues with the previous owner who had passed in the house, where he was literally like, they would be sitting there and their dog's leash would be thrown across like they were sitting there eating dinner, and all of a sudden the leash would just come flying across the room. And they were like, "We're just so glad that you believe us when we say stuff like this." And when I was there, some weird stuff happened. Yeah, it was a pretty intense house cleansing. So, but yeah, I did some massive meditation. I literally, when I pulled into my driveway, I called my husband and I said, "I need you to bring me out Paige and Palo Santo." And he's like, "What does the Palo Santo look like?" I'm like, "It's the stick."
It's the one with that looks like a stick.
I'm like, "I'm not coming in the house until you come out and bring me this." So now I usually carry backup on me, because I had literally used all of that. So yeah, you're welcome, Spirit Star. Yeah, it happens when we do good things for a reason. But
When you gotta get rid of a spirit, just be like this to it. Nope. Get your blaspheming out of here. Piss it.
yes, there's lots of good work we can do out there, but sometimes, like, even sometimes, like, I'll give clients Reiki and they have so much stress that I have to do a full cleanse when I'm done doing Reiki.
Yep. Because if we don't, it'll just spread everywhere.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it happens. We all do those kind of things, and it's so sweet of us to help people, and sometimes in the process we pick up that negativity, and we just gotta.
Yep, get some. I'd say get some shungai. Whenever you're finished, just go like, okay. Oh. Yep, because shungai would just go and gobble it like a bottom feeder.
When I do house cleansing, like, I don't have it on right now. I thought I saw it over. No, I didn't see it over there. Okay, I have a giant. It's a black obsidian donut, and it's like this big. Because I've had people say, "Why is it that big?" It's like, yeah, it's big for a reason.
If it's big for a reason, and you see how big it is, yeah, that's whenever BS comes.
Yep.
Gobbles it.
Yeah, and yeah, there's, I actually, like, here's the nice thing: the new town I live in, I haven't ran into any negative energy. So, I'm sure that there's someone that has it. Well, actually, I do take it back. We have a weird neighbor, but I just kind of brushed to the side and walked right in the apartment. Well, I found out the apartment manager today is like, she said, "I heard you were involved in a situation," and I'm like, "A situation?" Because coming from Chicago, we see all sorts of situations.
What situation?
It was a woman running around in her underwear and yelling at other neighbors. But me and my husband, we were coming back from the store, so we just went straight in, and it was just like, okay, that can happen in a small town too, because we've seen weird things in Chicago. So
yeah, but like in Chicago, what have we not seen yet?
Exactly. When I worked downtown and I commuted on the train, some of the things I saw on the train, like, you can't erase it from your brain.
It's like, okay. That's a different thing to see on the blue line. Okay. All right.
Yes. And actually, the blue line, which is one of the elevated trains, is actually one of the more gentle lines to ride.
The most, I
The
think,
red-
which one is it? Is it the red line that's the most?
oh yeah, the red line is crazy. And I was taking the Metra, but when I would take the Metra in, like sometimes, like the blue line takes you to, oh yeah, it takes you to O'Hare, but it takes you to like Rush University, and so like if my kids had doctor's appointments with orthos, we'd take the Metra in and then we'd take the blue line because it was safer than a taxi. But yeah, the red line,
Yep.
yeah, no, the red line is like, oh, like I had somebody who's like, oh, you're never gonna believe what I saw, and as soon as they say, so I'm sitting there on the red line, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
yep. Okay, I know exactly why.
that's like, oh, this is gonna be good. But yeah, it was really funny because the apartment manager was like, kind of like, wait, you're not phased? I'm like, I came from Chicago.
Like, come on now.
It's like it would have to be pretty intense to phase me. I just kind of was like, oh, I'm moving in the apartment. I'm not talking. Nothing to do with this.
I remember when I visited Chicago the first time. I was by myself, and I was meeting a friend of mine that I knew up there to see, and I was also seeing other half because I haven't seen him in a while. So I go up on there, and I'm just sitting at the airport waiting for other half to text me. But he doesn't text me all day up until much later because he fell asleep and he was like sleeping all day. Come to find out that I'm with my friend Jimmy, and I'm just waiting for him to show up. He shows up and he goes, I mean, it's it's just so funny because right before I even say like the nickname he used to call me, he used to call me Brendan Blows, like, oh, Jimmy. And he says that so loud that everybody just like, and and I see him and he's just like, damn, you're short. Well, yeah, I'm 5'4". Of course I am. Everything's taller than me.
You're taller than me.
I couldn't get over. Just like that's how he introduces me to everybody. Brendan Blows is here. Oh, okay. Later announced me to
He
Chicago.
yelled that in the Chicago airport.
Yep, he did.
The plus side is that is very mild for Chicago.
Is what?
So that's mild for Chicago. So people probably didn't even pay attention.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it really is. I mean, some of the weird, like when we would take late planes and come in late, and you're going to O'Hare to go to your car, like the weird tunnels underneath. Some of the like you'd see home people,
Yeah,
you know,
it's like-
doing stuff. You're like, okay. So, Spirit says she lived in Sydney for a while, but wacky there at times as well. Yeah, you know, big cities have big wackiness. So I'm in a very small town now. So I think the wacky person of town lives in my complex. But and also Spirit said I've never done this before. Learning felt huge push by my guides. Yes, follow your guides. Your guides they're not going to have you do anything that is not safe. But we also just need to make sure we have that protection and that healing afterwards. So yeah, our guides don't ever steer us wrong. They really don't. So those just joining, we are doing Tuesday Tarot, and we're just going to stay on until we have no more questions. You can type general if you want a general reading, or you can type a specific question. Azriel, welcome.
Out of time. It's been 84 years. No.
No, man, only slept like two hours last night, and I've been trying to take naps throughout the day, and I just can't. And I've been tossing and turning, and then I give up for now. Yeah, it's because I had to do a early job, and I didn't go to sleep till about 10 after midnight. Woke up at 1 in the morning, stood up to 3 in the morning, went to sleep, woke up like at 4, and might as well just stood up. And I stood up. And throughout the day, I was work. I kicked butt today at work, but then I got home, I ate, trying to fall asleep. I couldn't. Drank. I mean, not drank. Took a hot bath and so forth. And here I am. My eyes are burning. But how's everything going, guys?
Yeah, we're good. I'm at least sleeping. I told my husband just the other night, like, we have such clear, fresh air. I mean, our bodies are kind of getting used to the elevation, but yeah, I'm sleeping good.
Mhm. Better than over here where I'm at, where it's nothing but dry heat air.
Well,
Oh,
it's dry heat here too.
we
It's
got rain.
desert, huh?
We got rain. I was driving and I caught about 15 minutes of flash flood, and then it cleared off, and it looked like it never rained. But then it's been raining off and on throughout the whole day, and just that's the way it is. It's just nuts. The weather's all nuts. Everything is nuts.
Well, I
You know,
saw that Milwaukee had a flash flood, so, or it was outside of Milwaukee.
No, it was in Milwaukee.
Or was
It
it
was
Milwaukee?
yeah, pretty bad. So, but we didn't get craziness like that. But it's just the weather is so nuts, and I'm thinking, it's part of everybody, a collective intentions, and it's just random chaos intentions. That's what's happening around the world. I don't think it's really, manipulation of the weather. I just think everybody's sending out so many intentions. They're all clashing. Like you send out a cloud this way, somebody else sends a cloud this way, and they're crashing together, and it's causing this mass chaos.
Yes, yes. And see, out here we've got fires. Like we're so close to the Utah border, we hear about all the Utah fires, but there is a fire that actually hit our Uinta County. Um, it's the forest ranger station. So I can't smell it or see it, but when I drove into Salt Lake the other day, as soon as like maybe like 20 minutes after I'd left, I could see it and smell it. And I'm like, okay. Yes, we need the rain from Wisconsin here. But we are doing readings. If anybody would like a reading, we're going to stay on as long as we have readings coming on, or if we just are chatting away like we have been.
Welcome in, awake and aware.
Exactly. And you barely missed my discussion about weird things that happen in Chicago because like an odd occurrence happened here. But me and my husband were like just watching the apartment like nothing, and the apartment manager was like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah, everything's fine. It's just
Chicago." Yeah, it's like after living in Chicago, it has to take a lot to face us.
yeah, so it's like, oh, this isn't our first time.
Yeah, it is funny, and as real some of the weird stuff happens.
Speaking of weird stuff, um, it was Thursday. I went downtown because I have a route downtown, and I go to it's Lakeshore Recycling. It's on 47th and Ashland. And that was about 6 in the evening. I got home about 10, and that was Thursday. Remember on the tarot? I mean, you were doing Thursday here with Brent.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't notice until Friday morning that I got a flat tire, and supposedly I got a yeah. So supposedly I got a screw at 6 o'clock because that's the only place I would likely get it. It was the recycler. So I went there downtown, straight down by the Riverwalk, and on the expressway home, and through all that, and I never even knew it until I got home. Yes, I was like, oh man, I was like 60, 70 on the expressway with a screw in my tire and didn't know it. But you know what? That just goes to show, like, since we're in the spiritual talk and spiritual journey, like individuals like some individuals out there, not us, get into these conflicts. As long as you leave that negativity out of sight, out of mind, it's like a spell that's being sent to you. If you don't acknowledge it, it will never harm you. you know
I'm glad you're safe though, because flat
Me
tires can
too. Thank you. Oh yeah. So yesterday, yesterday, what's today? Oh yeah, today was the day. So yesterday I spent some time getting new tires put in. But yeah, so you guys are discussing the lovers cards here tonight, right?
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, I missed out on that. Awake and Aware, we are hosting a one card pull. If you want a general reading or if you have a question, just post it down there on the comments, and both Bren and Rowan will pull a card for you. If I could chime in, I will also chime in on it. And welcome in Lexi Lou as well. Lexi Lou, welcome in. It's Tarot Tuesday with Rowan Ravenwolf and Bren here. I'm Azrael, just a sidekick. Consider me the monkey on the shoulder.
Or the, oh gosh, I was about to say, and the hooter in the book, because, he's has an owl.
Well, now I should have said, yeah, the hooter. Hoo, hoo.
He's quite the hoot.
That's the nice thing about having a table.
Yep.
I can drum on it
Mhm.
when we need it. And we are always entertaining here too. So yes, like Azrael said, if anybody wants a reading, please, you can type general or you can type a question, and we will pull cards. We've got our Lenormand cards, we've got Oracle cards, we've got tarot cards. We're ready to go. So, and thank you everybody for all of the hearts. We're almost to 3,000. Let's see if we can get to 3,000 this week. That would be fun.
Yes, Lexi Lou, no commitments, no need to anything. Just ask a question, and we they will answer and pull the card for you. And also, if you just want a general reading, it's also doable. And welcome in, Spirit Star. Good evening. How are you?
Yes, thank you, Azrael. See, I need Azrael because sometimes I'm not used to the chat. I look at it. I should catch on soon. I mean, I've been doing this over 6 months. Fabulous, fabulous.
Well, as for me, I'm a little tired. Well, actually, extremely tired. And I can't speak for Rowan and Brent. They can chime in. But Spirit Start, if you want a card pull, you can actually request general reading, or if you have a question for a card pull, just put it there in the comments, and they'll actually answer your question or comment.
And welcome, Spider Sam. There we go. See, Azrael, see, I just need your guidance sometimes. And thank you, everybody, for the hearts. Look, we broke 3,000. Yay! Thank you, everybody. That's very appreciated. Yeah, Spirit Star, if you want to do another one, since we did a general for you, it would probably be better to do a question if you have a question.
Yes, you may.
Because yeah, as long as we get questions, we'll keep going. So
Speaking of heart, Tony said heart. I was thinking of the band Heart. What they had a famous song. What's famous song did Heart sing?
oh my gosh, I remember I had their vinyl because I'm that young. Oh my gosh, I used to listen to them over and over and over again on my little record player. I can't remember. That sounds horrible. Maybe Bren's checking.
I found one. I think they sang Barracuda.
No, that was or maybe it was because maybe what's her face wasn't in Heart, and why am I all of a sudden blanking? That could be. Yeah, my vinyl was like from oh gosh, like early 80s, mid 80s.
I'm gonna have to look online.
Yeah, I don't have my laptop with me because the table I'm at didn't have a
Oh, charging.
there we go.
Didn't have a charging apparatus for it.
Exactly. We're still trying to find all of our cords and stuff. I know we have, but the cords were like literally pulling them from the wall and tossing them in boxes. So they were unlabeled boxes. Okay, let's see. I feel the releasing we did will be difficult for them for a while. Will this help my twin? Okay, let's see. That was on the album I had as well.
Yes. Okay. Ready.
I can't believe I couldn't remember. Okay, go ahead, Bren. I'm still shuffling.
So here's the card that came out. It's the Three of Swords. But hold on. Look how it's depicted. There's no heartbreak. No heartbreak. You have a figure providing shelter from the rain to the spirit. This is a sign of love that is having this understanding of somebody and meeting them where they're at. Because the figure, the male figure, is human. He's still on one plane of awareness. The spirit is on another plane of awareness. He is putting in more effort to give to the spirit, who's on a different level. So there's this understanding that there has to be adaptation to another. And despite, of course, being all rainy and all that umbrella is protecting the spirit from the emotions. The figure is protecting the spirit from the heartbreak, providing the space for it to not have to hold it anymore and make it be seen, heard, and accepted as it is.
I got the sun. And see, there was a reason we had to do it this way.
Okay.
Because you just did some big workings. And there we go, the aftermath. And this is what's going to develop. The sun is bringing regeneration and new light and positivity. And when you look, this is kind of like a phoenix slash, almost looks like a peacock, but it is supposed to be a phoenix. And it's rising. It's going to rise the vibration, going to rise the positivity.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for you providing that shelter underneath the rain for the person in question, you're giving them a chance for that sun to emerge from them. Because if you look in the image, you can see that the figure, the spirit figure, has light around them. So now given that chance to radiate, that sun expands it, brightens it.
And I don't know, Azrael.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't hear the first reading, but I'm looking at it, and the question regarding will help my twin, and then as Brent pulled two cards, and there's two individuals there, and like Brent mentioned, it's protecting the one from the rain, and it's starting to radiate, and that radiation is allowing to embrace that true self, and heal through any damage or any pain that the individual was going through. And now you're seeing a promising, brightful future, which is filled with clarity and joy.
Yep.
It's wonderful. That's a beautiful card, and they're both a confirmation of one another and the question that was asked.
And now what's funny is that when you see this card, when you see the Three of Swords, you think, oh, that's heartbreak. Well, not this one. Not this one.
And that's why Brent and I have a lot of decks available, because sometimes we're supposed to grab a specific deck for each person.
But that one is showing that the one that is holding the umbrella is actually given support, and I think that's what was needed, that support there.
Yep.
Are you guys, man? Who are you guys? That is a great pull there. That's like one in a million.
Yeah. The cosmos are with us when we do our readings.
Yep, it's
So
like
always-
getting 777s many times in a row. You're lucky. Well, look at that.
But don't gamble, because I can't guarantee that. You're welcome, Spirit Star.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I never gamble unless I know I'm going to win. But it's not really gambling, is it? Yeah, that's the point.
Another thing too, that you look at that card, you can interpretate so much positivity from that card, because the card that Brent pulled out, you have the image of the rain, the umbrella, and it's blue, and blue signifies sadness and darkness and stuff like that. And yet the reveal of that sun card, it just shows the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just that growth, that gradual growth that just boom. I mean, that's how we grow as we do things. But it is Tuesday Tarot, so
Estudio.
it's still free. Yes. So if you would like a reading, we are doing one card read. You can type general if you want a general reading, or type a specific question, and we will do a reading for you. And I want to thank everybody for the gifts. Always appreciated, never expected. And thank you everybody for the hearts. Those are really super appreciated. That will help us bump up in leagues. So, because we have like this secret magic here. So, that not everybody knows about.
If I didn't know you guys, I would call you guys witches.
Wait a minute. How do you know? How do you know about my Nimbus 2000? How do you know about that?
Because you guys, no, for real, that is magical. It's, I'm always looking for shock. What do you call it? A shock, uh, to be surprised, and that was a beautiful, surprising pull there. It's astounding. Like, you have me convinced that this is genuine and truthful because I do know, and that's the thing about it is I know you guys.
Yes. Yeah. We're going to stay live as long as we get questions. We'll start chatting again. So,
Ask while it's hot or cold or what have you.
yes. And just while we're waiting for any questions, we are live on Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesdays, Tuesday Tarot. Thursday is Open Spiritual Panel. And I don't know if Azrael or Bren, if either of you have a burning topic, because I haven't even thought about a topic for Thursday yet. And Sunday is Witchy Book Club. And you're welcome, Spirit Star. Yeah, I just haven't even thought. I mean, I might think of something if you guys don't by tomorrow, or message me, either of you, if you have anything for any ideas. I love that
Well,
word.
it's backwards, so I'm trying to figure out if I go right, it goes left.
Oh, when you hit more, you can hit mirror your video, and it switches you. So it will switch. It should switch to the back, I think. It's the stuff that I can figure out on TikTok. Is pretty interesting because there's still a lot that I don't know. Actually, right before this, I actually printed there we go. I printed a quilt pattern to do the moon cycle.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm very excited. That will be my January project. Just because I'm doing a lot of gifts for the holidays. All right. Well, we'll give it another couple minutes to see if anybody would like a reading, because it is Tuesday Tarot, and we are doing one card readings. And I love the background, Azrael. And see, now Azrael knows like a trick too.
Yeah. Yes. I see we have eternal. I think it's sunrise or sunshine. Eternal sunshine. Did they get reading?
I don't think, no, not yet.
Yeah, eternal sunshine. If you want a free reading, we can definitely do that for you. Whether it's a general or if you have a question, you just put it there in the comments. No commitment, meaning, we're not asking anything. This is what Bren and Rowan are here tonight, is to guide you. And maybe there's a question that you've been wanting to ask somebody, and a free tarot card can actually give you some answers that you can probably resonate with. And welcome in, Frank71.
Yes, welcome everybody.
My eyes are burning because, like I said, I haven't slept much. So I'm just gonna close close the camera because my eyes keep blinking.
I don't blame you. Yeah, like because your eyes get so tired. No, I was like that, right? Like actually, I was like that the first like week we were out here because I was so exhausted from moving. All right, if anybody wants a reading, we are here to do reading. Just like as like pointing out.
Better hurry.
Yeah. Prince Sun said our learning is like two monkeys playing bananas, so we called it that. I like that. Yes, we learn a lot. And actually, like, that's one thing about spiritual TikTok is we do get to learn a lot from other people. I get a lot of guidance and growth and positivity. So it's a great spiritual community. Just as a reminder, Thursday is spiritual panel. And it is open. So for open panel, I do let anybody come up. Tuesday Tarot is the only day that it's just Bren and Azriel and I. So we keep it that way so that we can give great readings. So if anybody would like a reading, yes, Spirit, there are some wonderful people on here. There definitely is.
Yep, there are some wonderful people, and then there are some that are just all, okay, will Larry come back to Mo? Oh, that's a yes. That's a yes, Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Really, that's a yes? How? How is Nine of Pentacles going back to someone? That is a card of an independent woman that don't need no one.
Yes, it is. I'm going to give it another minute or two, and then we'll close up if nobody else wants a reading tonight. But we will be here next Tuesday. And we'll see what tarot decks we bring out next Tuesday. We'll start out talking about the Chariot because we are doing 78 weeks of tarot because there's 78 cards in the deck. So we will be doing it's a very high overview, but it's a great way to add a little extra.
Yep. And I'll give us one sneak peek of an example of the Chariot with this deck I have in my hand, if I can find it.
Battle.
Where the heck is it?
Rowan, the flowers on your shirt, are those the Egyptian flowers?
No, they're just random flowers. Some of them look like roses, but yeah, they almost like the top ones almost could be.
That's what they look like.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my non-black shirt today. Yes, Spirit Star. It's 528 hertz. So it's for the heart chakra. I personally like Meditative Mind, but like on Spotify, YouTube, and Meditative Mind on YouTube does not have commercials. But they're on Spotify, Pandora, SoundCloud, everywhere you can get music. And most of the time, actually, if you type in, depending on where you listen, you can type in 528 hertz. So
Here's an example of the Chariot, the card for next week.
that one's a fun one.
Like, come on!
Moving!
Get motivated!
Yeah, sometimes we have like those tools and sometimes we forget to listen to them and we forget that they're there. So it's always, the nice thing is we can always bring them back and bring them back into our spiritual life whenever we need it. That's the nice, beautiful thing about it. So, all right, well, we're going to wrap up for tonight. We will do one card readings next week after we talk about the Chariot card. And so, will any final words, Bren and Azriel? We'll let Bren go first.
Well,
So, any final words and any special goodbye?
well, I mean, well, look at that. It's the Five of Swords. What? Why is there a rainbow in the background with the Five of Swords? A conflict. You're trying to be, I won. What the heck? What's that supposed to mean? Well, don't be obsessive about making things be falsely positive. Oh, stay positive next time. You'll win if you just stay positive next time. Don't be possessed by it. Yeah.
I love that. That card had the rainbow and how you said stay positive.
Yeah, just
And
stay positive. Everything will work out. Are you sure? I don't know about that.
yeah, and I want to add, embrace change for within lies the seed of opportunity. And
Mm-hmm.
that's that card to me, what I seen. So,
Yes.
so embrace, stay positive, and changes are meant for good.
Yes, they are.
Don't be intimidated by it.
And don't rub it in the face of somebody lost.
Another thing too, Brent, could that sword also represent our words? The power of your words, and
Yep. Because the one figure is already holding two swords in his hands. Now he's holding another one, but now there's three in the ground, two in his hand, and the look on his face is like, Then you have the two ghosts in the background who were probably the ones he, unalived, and now they're walking away from their blades. So in a way, it's like, are you sure you won? Because it looks like for the ghosts, it looks like they're winning because they don't have to deal with you anymore. Oh, the plot twist.
Was a plot twist. I almost couldn't say that. All right, Azriel, any last words or any goodbyes?
no, I think I said plenty. Like I said, no, you stay positive. Just reference to what the card that Bren had. It's just embrace the change. And the opportunity, because you know what? As I look at that card and those two prior cards that were read for Spirit Star, remember the individual being sheltered by the rain, and then the sun came out, and imagine the rainbow and the fella was there. All that's there. You know, After the rain comes the sun, and along with the sun is the rainbow.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, imagine that. There's lowest card in this deck. Just like
There
that.
you go. And they're hugging each other. Wow.
There we go. And end it with a hug to someone that you love.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh no.
You never know what you'll get when you join us here.
Yep, it's like the box of chocolates effects. You never know what's going to be in the box. You never know. It could be
Exactly.
eggs, it could be chocolate, it could be nothing. Or it could even be every time. Every time. Okay, well.
I'm going to pull one card before I say goodbye. Ooh. The ring.
The ring.
And yet, skull on top of this ring.
One ring to rule them all.
Exactly. Yes, everything makes a cycle. So when we change, we actually break bad cycles to make new good cycles.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of rings.
Both of you made me look at my fingers, and I don't have none on. I took them off. Well, I took them off because I was going to try to go to sleep. But I just kept tossing and turning, and then my dog, she was laying on the floor next to me, and I could hear her, and I just felt her. I just felt her there, and sure enough, when I opened up my eyes, she was there. I was like, oh, ha, you know. So metal bothers me. The music or the metal itself, the mineral.
Like if
Yeah,
it's a
well,
tin,
I mean, and some people get allergies to it. Like I have one of my daughters, she can only have gold, and it has to be like at least like 15 carats of gold, or
That's me
else,
too.
yeah,
If I wear nickel, anything that has nickel, I get welts. Like if I was a vampire or something.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So you have to be really careful. Granted, all my rings are sterling silver. I love that. But she, yeah, my daughter can't even wear sterling silver.
yep, mine are silver. If I wear gold, I just feel
I can do white gold, but I won't do yellow gold.
anything that's gold, even rose gold. It's like any gold is like I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Then
I
again,
love
I have moon on my ascendant too, and Saturn too. So that says, oh no, looks like the moon.
Yeah, see, that's probably why, because I've got Taurus. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I love
That
silver.
I agree with you guys too. I like white metal, like the
Yeah.
silver. I just can't afford platinum, but I'll go with
Platinum
silver. Yes.
or
We can all
titanium.
love platinum.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining. We will be live on Thursday. Oh, yeah, Spirit Start. That's how my daughter is. That's why she's got to do gold. So we will be live. It will be an open panel. So be watching for the topic. I do try to post the topic at least the day of, at least a couple hours before, but I haven't even thought of it yet. So I'm going to think about it tomorrow. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of the hearts. Thank you so much for all the gifts. Always appreciated and never expected. And as always, merry meet, merry part, bright blessings, and namaste.